Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to learn the programming language Qbasic. So before starting we have to download this Qbasic64 from this URL. So we have to go to this qbasic64.org and then we have to navigate to this download, then click on this latest version. Okay. Then after that it will redirect to this page and then here is a download link. So what is your operating system? You can download those packages. If your operating system is Linux, you can use this package. If you are using Mac OS, then you can use this one. But I think for the most of the user, they are using the Windows. So if you are using a Windows of 32-bit version, then you can use either this one link or either this one. And if you are using the 64-bit version of Windows, then you can use either these two. Okay. So after downloading and installing it on your computer, okay, we can open the Qbasic64 and it will look something like this. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to click on this file and then a new. Okay, I don't want to save this one, so again go to file, click on this save, then where do you want to save? Okay, I'm going to save on this path. Okay, it's on /home ls downloads Qbasic64 programs, and inside that programs there is a tutorial folder, and inside that one I'm going to save that file. So I want to save something like here, introduction, and the extension for the Qbasic is .bas. Okay, for the basic programming language you have the extension .bas. So hit enter. As you can see here is introduction.bas. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to print the hello world using the Qbasic. Okay, so we can do something like print. The print keyword is used to print something on the console. So I can say print and I can say hello world. That's it. It's not complicated. Okay, so in order to run, you can go to this run tab. Okay, and you can press the start or you can use the F5. Okay, after clicking on that start, you can see our application has been started and you can see hello world has been printed on this application, or you can call it something like console because it's a console application. So that was the very first programming language which we developed using the Qbasic. It was not really hard, I think so. So after that, let me do the Qbasic to some mathematical calculation. And yeah, Qbasic is very talented to do some kind of that kind of operation. Okay, so I can say print. Okay, I want to do a calculate something like 5 plus 5, 5 plus 5. As you can see here, it's a print, and inside this double quotation, if you put something, it will be treated as a string. So 5 plus 5 is now treated as a string. And if I have to say something 5 plus 5 and then I have to use something a separator here, you can use a comma. It is used to separate something. Okay, comma, and you want to have the calculation something like 5 plus 5. Now it will do that calculation. You don't have to do calculate. Okay, here the Qbasic will do that one for you. Similarly, it can do other calculations something like 5 minus 5, and you can call it something like 5 minus 5. So the answer will obviously be 0. Okay, so before going to the next line, okay, in Qbasic we can do a comment. So in order to make a comment on Qbasic, obviously the comment will be ignored by the compiler and interpreter in every programming language. So the Qbasic does same. So the single code will comment. Okay, whatever you write after this code, single code, that will be commented and will be ignored by the compiler and interpreter. So I can say something like answer, or I can let me call it answer because I know the answer of this, because I'm a little bit talented at mathematics to do something like this calculations. So answer is 10, or I can do something like, because I'm more smarter, because the output will be something like this. Okay, 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. And here too I can say a single quote to make a comment, and then I can say 5 minus 5 is equals to 0, because 5 minus 5 is obviously 0. So we can do print 5 into 5 is equals to 5 into 5 is equals to comma 5 into 5, and to make a comment obviously we have to use a single quote. So 5 into 5 is equals to 525. So I can use a print here again, and that is again we can use 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is equal to, I know the answer is 1. 5 divided by 5, and to make a comment we can use a single quote. 5 divided by 5 is equals to 1. So if I start this application, then you can see that here 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. 5 minus 5 is equals to 0. 5 into 5 is equals to 25. 5 divided by 5 is equals to 1, which is obviously the commented. Here I have commented the answer of those, yes, what this line does I have commented there, and the same is showing here. That means I'm a little bit talented on mathematics, if I'm right. Okay, so I can close this one, but you can see here, if you have seen here, there is a lot of spaces here. You can see something it has 4 spaces, if I'm right. Okay, so in order to correct that, okay, in Qbasic, in Qbasic the semicolon is used to concatenate 2 strings. Okay, so now 5 plus 5 is equals to 2 will be concatenated to 10. So you can see here, after is equals to there is a 1 space, and then after 1 space you are going to concatenate with this 5 plus 5, which is 10. So 5 plus 5 is equals to 10 will become similar to this one, which I have commented here. So if I rerun this, then you can see now it's looking a little bit better. Yeah, 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. Similarly we can do for other one, so I will be refactoring it. So semicolon. Now you can rerun the code, and then you can see there 5 plus 5 is equals to 10, 5 minus 5 is equals to 0, 5 into 5 is equals to 25, 5 divided by 5 is equals to 1. So I think this looks much better than the previous one. So yeah, obviously Qbasic is very talented on mathematics. You don't have to worry about some calculation here. Qbasic is smarter than you. Okay, so similarly I have not shown you one thing. Okay, so something like here 3 and then backward slash. The upper one, as you can see here, this one is the forward slash, which is used for the divide. Okay, and then here 3 and the backward slash. So if I do something like 3 divided by 2 and then is equals to, and then I can say 3 and then backward slash 2. I'm not good at this. Okay, now 3 divided by 2, I don't know what will be the answer, but Qbasic will know. So I can do something like I don't know the answer. So this will be commented. Okay, that means the compiler or the interpreter will ignore this one. So if I rerun the code, you can see 3 divided by 2 is equals to 1. So whenever we use this backward slash, obviously this 3 divided by 2 should be in a fraction now. Yeah, so 3 divided by 2 something like, I don't know, 1 point something, 1 point blah blah blah, but here you have seen 3 and then we are using the backward slash and then 2. So after that, after using this, instead of this divide, we are using the backward slash, and if you use something like that, then the decimal part will be cut off. Okay, so if you have not understand this one, let me go. The actual answer for this 3 divided by 2 is equals to this one. So 3 divided by 2, So if I rerun this code, as you can see here, the answer for 3 divided 2 is 1.5, but whenever we are using this backward slash 3 backward slash 2, then this 0.5 has been ignored or cut off. Yeah, this 0.5 has been cut off and the result is 1. So if you want to do something like, I don't need the decimal value, I just need the very first, yeah, before this decimal, I need those values, then you can use something like this backward slash. So yeah, Qbasic is very good at calculation. You don't have to worry about that. So you can use something like here CLS, and at the very bottom you can use int to terminate the program. It does the same. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Same output. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that one too. So if you have this concept, I have been only using the print. Okay, that makes a little bit weird, no? Qbasic is just for printing something? Nah, it is. It has been used here to do some mathematical calculation too. So the next thing here, what I want to do is I want to do something like calculation, like finding the area of circle. Okay, so in order to do that, we can use the CLS, which does the. Okay, let me write the comment, because commenting is a very good. Clear the screen, and then we are going to calculate the area. Okay, let me go here at first, and I'm going to write here REM. This is also a commenting. REM stands for remark. Okay, whenever you want to do a remark, you can do something like that. So REM, then I can say write a program to find the area of circle. Okay, and if I'm right, I have to enclose this in a double quotation. I'm not pretty sure, okay, because I really did not use this REM. Instead I use this single quote because it is much simpler. So why do we use this REM? So the very first thing is we can say we have to get the things, yeah, get the area to find the area. Okay, here area. What's the area of? You can use the comment because it will be ignored by the interpreter. So we are using the single code to comment out for the better understanding. Okay, area of circle is equals to, it's pi r square, so pi is 3.14 into into 3.14 pi r, yeah, it's a radius into radius, because this is the formula to calculate the area of circle. It's 3.14, that means pi r square. That means we are multiplying r into r, that means r square. If you are a little bit talented on math, I think you have get this line. So the very first thing is we have to get the radius. So in order to get, if you want to input something, then we can use the keyword input. Okay, input, and you can use a double quotation here. Okay, and I can say here something like enter the radius of circle, and I can use a colon, then a space. Then I want to store it on a variable called radius, and the radius will obviously float, that means a single data type. If you have not understanding of the variable in programming language, then obviously you have to learn that one, because it's a very important. Okay, everywhere you will be using the variable, and what kind of variable you will be using is a very important thing. Okay, you have to very careful which variables should be fitted to which one. What is the purpose of some kind of variable to use some kind of things? It's a very important. Learn that one, and then come here back. Okay, input, enter the radius of circle and the radius. So after getting the radius and it is being stored on the radius variable, what we can do that is now we can calculate. So I can say something like here area. So area is another variable which is using something like 3.14 into radius into radius. So now the Qbasic will obviously calculate this one and it will be storing that value inside the variable area. Obviously the answer will be something on a point decimal line, if I'm right. Okay, because it's 3.14, so obviously this area will be a data type of single. It means a float. So we can use a print and I can say something like area of circle is equals to, and then I can say here area of circle is equals to area. Okay, and then I can do India. So if I run this code here, as you can see here, the application has started and it is asking me into the radius of circle. As here on line number 5, you can see I have used the keyword input and there enter the radius of circle. So it has been printing into the radius of circle a color and a white space, and there Qbasic is waiting to us to enter something there. So I am going to enter the radius. So the radius is something like 4. So the area of circle is going to be 50.24. okay, but here's the problem. You can see here is a lot of space between this is equals to and 50.24. so in order to fix that one, we can go here and then instead of using this comma, we can use the semicolon. Obviously semicolon is used to concatenate two things. So here you can see if I write enter the radius of circle now 4, now it's look much better. Area of circle is equals to 50.24. okay, it's done. Yeah, a little bit complicated problem like here I can say I can just close that one, clear that one, okay, from my screen, and then I can do another problem. Okay, here solve another problem like rem rim double quote, and then I can say write a program to swap two numbers. Okay, now we are going to write a program in Qbasic to swap two numbers. So swapping means we are interchanging the number from one variable to another. So let me go start with CLS. For the most time we will be using CLS, but it is not required. Okay, if something is on your screen then it will be clearing out, but for the very first time obviously the screen will be clearing. So it's a useless, but it's a little bit habit of using the CLS there, and at the end you will be using the end command. So what I want to do is print. I can say something like here welcome to my application. This line just print out that welcome to my application to the console application, and then after that what we want to do is the swap. Yeah, so in order to do swap we need a 3 variable. So let me first input a number, okay, because I want to input something there. Input enter first number, a colon, a space, then here you want to use a comma, and then you want to store it on a variable called num1, so number 1. Similarly I can say input enter second number, and then I can call it as num2. okay, num1 num2, there are 2 variables. So now we should change this. Okay, num1 and num2 should be changed, the value inside that num1 and num2 should be interchanged. So in order to do that we have to use a third variable here, and the third variable I will be calling it as temp for temporary. So temp is equals to, I will be storing num1 on that temp, then the value of num1, the num1 will be storing the value of num2, and num2 will be storing the value of num1, but num1 has already been changed and now there is the value of num2. So we have kept the value of num1 on temp, so we have to use the variable temp here. Okay, now I can say print after swapping two numbers. Okay, then I can say print again here, and after printing there, what I have to do is on num1 is equals to num1 num1. Okay, and then print num2 is equals to num2. And before this swapping, let me go here and write here print, and then I can call something here before swapping two numbers. Yeah, okay, swapping two numbers, I can call it something like okay, I can grab these two things if I'm right. Let's copy this and come here, do a paste. Okay, so num1 num2 is equals to num2. Whatever the value of num2 is there, it will be printed here. Whatever the value of num1 will be there, it will be printed. But after changing the number, the value will be interchanged. Okay, so let me at the end, yeah, here you can just close with 8. Okay, 8 means in order to terminate the program you can use the in command. So I can rerun this code, and you can see there, welcome to my application. As you can see there, the very first, yeah, then enter the first number. It is asking to enter a number, so that's first number. So I can say here something like 1, and it's again asking me a second number to enter. Okay, so I am writing here 2. So you can see now here, before swapping two numbers, num1, 1 has been stored on the num1 and 2 has been stored on the num2. But after swapping two numbers, as you can see, num1 has been storing 2 and num2 is storing 1. That means they are interchanged. As you can see here, they are interchanged. So yeah, we have swapped the two numbers. So this was the very first introduction, okay, to the Qbasic. If you have understand this, and if you love the content, then please subscribe my YouTube channel, like my video, and if you obviously don't like my video, then obviously you can dislike my video. And if you get some problem and you want some help, you can just comment on the comment section below. So thank you.